What is a big mistake that you have made or a big regret that you have?
Oh, let's get very personal.
I really effing regret that.
Ew, I did that.
You can't just lie in bed and eat cookies.
Getting old is not for the faint of heart.
They look at you like you're worthless.
Have you ever wondered what the regrets of some of the oldest yet wisest people in the world are? Or maybe some pieces of life advice that they would give to someone of your age? In this video, I'm gonna be interviewing retired seniors in their 60s, 70s, and 80s about their best pieces of life advice and their deepest regrets. How old are you?
I'm 70.
What does it feel like to be 70?
It feels 1 year older than 69.
And what does 69 feel like?
1 year older than 68. Here's what it feels like. You look the same looking out, but people see you entirely differently. And in today's world, they look at you like you're worthless.
You feel like you played tackle football the day before. Just can't remember why you feel so sore. And you're up and you're doing things and you're just really sore. And then you go into the bathroom and you go like this, because all of a sudden there's this old face in front of you. And you go, holy shit, I'm old, I forgot.
Played hockey until a couple of years. I quit at 84. Take no medication. I don't remember when I've ever had it. Feel good.
How old are you?
73.
Can you describe to me what it feels like to be 73?
Wonderful. Depends what life you had before.
How was your life?
It was absolutely great. I was born in France, came to Canada when I was very young.
What is a big mistake that you've made or a big regret that you have that you learned a valuable lesson from?
I got married when I was very young. Like, I don't know how old you are, but I have grandchildren that are in their 30s. So I would probably have lived life a little bit more than getting married then.
How old were you when you got married?
18.
What age would you get married at, let's say, today?
Probably in my 30s.
I think like I'm 23, but physically I don't feel like I'm 23. And then the world looks at you differently, and they respond differently.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I think as a woman, you feel a little invisible as you get older. When you're younger, you get a lot of attention. A lot of people, look at you and talk to you. I don't think we value older people. I think we think they're kind of like out of date.
Oh, I'm tired, man. It's like gravity has been holding on to me for a long fucking time.
I'm like so many people who suddenly look up and go, what? 73? When did that happen? I'm not ready for Medicare yet, but I'll take it.
When you look at the 20-somethings of today, what is one thing you don't like about them?
The social media stuff, all the selfies and the kind of marketing oneself as a product. You can't sit in an airport or even in a park and talk to anybody because everybody's like this. Put it away, turn it off.
I feel like there's a whole language of images that I just don't have the training to get because it didn't happen with me from birth, which kind of makes me feel left out a little.
What does it feel like to be 75?
It feels wonderful. I just signed a 7-year employment contract.
And what does it feel like to be 69?
Like I just have learned enough to get started. A little bit of walking problems, head not in tune with the body.
Every now and again I'm reminded that I'm not 40 anymore, I'm 59 and I'm 60 next year, and that's surprising.
If you could give one piece of advice to someone younger than you, what would you say?
Don't worry so much about things. I worried about everything when I was young. After a while you just think, what's the point? Just do it. Because we were mental health nurses, I can say not being happy is not the same as being ill. But I think there's a big emphasis on mental health. It encourages people to think that if they're not happy all of the time, there's something wrong, as opposed to it's just normal life. Sometimes you're happy about things, sometimes you're not happy about things.
What is the biggest mistake or biggest regret that you have in your life?
Well, I could have traveled more. I mean, I've traveled a lot, but I really enjoy that. I'm sorry I let one of the languages I knew when I was younger go. I also really effing regret that I didn't take advantage of public schools here. I could have learned to play a musical instrument. For whatever reason, I didn't do. I think it was because I didn't think my parents had enough money to buy me an instrument. I didn't do it, and now I regret it desperately. I really wish I had learned to play music because it's very, very important to me. I feel like it's in me, but I don't know how to express it.
How old are you?
83.
84.
What does it feel like to be...
Yesterday I was 84.
What does it feel like to be 83 and 85?
Old.
Getting old is not for the faint of heart.
Thank God my health is fine.
Me, I have a long medical history. I'm a swimmer. I can swim 1,000 yards. Can you swim 1,000 yards?
When did you start saying that you felt old?
When my son says that I should sell the house and move into a assisted living and things like that. You feel old.
How do you feel about that?
What can I do? I mean, I'm upright.
It's pretty good. I don't want to go through my life again. But we do look at all you young people and we envy you because we think you have so many
choices.
Physically, I feel fine. Mentally, I feel fine. A little more tired, but I regret some of the mistakes I made.
I'm a nurse. I help people die who are much younger than me. I'm still standing. Life is sweet.
We are slowly losing our memory, and I realize that, and this worries me. Physically, I feel younger, but mentally, I feel older.
What is something that when we're younger, we tend to prioritize, but as we get older, we realize isn't that important?
Time. It just seems to me young people are always in such a hurry, such a hurry. I understand it. The world is out there to be taken, you know. So if I go here, I go there, I go here, I go there. But I think just calm down and proceed sensibly.
What people think of you.
How does that change over time?
Well, I really don't care anymore. And I used to care, not a lot, but you did want to fit in. I used to have a hierarchy in my mind. There were like the cool people and the popular people, and then there was the nerdy people like me. And now I realize there's no hierarchy.
So what matters then?
At the end of the day, it's community. The ability to connect to people and do something that's meaningful to you that maybe is productive for the world, but maybe not.
Stuff. The older you get,
Like
the more you go,
material
yes, you're going, why do I have all this stuff?
Competitiveness. You really don't have to beat everybody at all costs.
So who do you have to beat?
Yourself.
Is there something that we tend to prioritize a lot when we're younger, but as we get older, we realize isn't actually that important?
Yes, worrying about women.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yes.
Better be careful.
I never worried about earning a living. I was a chemist. You gave me money, I made crap out of it.
We worry about what everybody else thinks of us and what we look like. It's rubbish. Our cosmetics and our hair and our face. You guys don't have to worry about it so much, but we women, we're encouraged to spend a lot of money on it. It's a waste of time, waste of energy, waste of life.
What is one regret that you have or one mistake that you have made that you learned a valuable lesson from?
Not being kind enough and generous enough. Getting too caught up in someone hurt my feelings or they didn't do things the way I thought, and getting rigid about it instead of just going, you know what, it'll all work out in the end.
We both love to travel. I think we waited until we thought, oh, we can afford that. It would have been much more fun to travel when we were younger at less nice places. So we didn't start really traveling until we were about 50. So yes, we can afford nicer places to go, but it would have been much more fun to have done some backpack stuff.
Right.
I was too competitive sometimes at work back in the old days where I felt that winning was what was important, and I probably didn't treat some people very nicely.
That came at the expense of
friendships and of my own comfort. Now looking back and kind of going like, ew, I did that.
If you went back in time and could redo it, what would you have done?
Really treat people as you want to be treated.
Sometimes when you make a choice when you're in your 20s, you don't realize the implications of how things are going to roll out in your life.
Although I graduated college and I got a master's degree, I should have studied a little harder.
I went to a 2-year college, but I should have gone to a 4-year college. It would have been better.
What is the biggest mistake that you've made that you regret?
Oh, let's get very personal. I married too young. I wasn't growing up yet. I was very early 20s. My first wife was 20, and we were still developing. I think mid to late 20s before one gets too permanent with anybody, because you're still changing. That's my biggest regret, I think.
If you could give one piece of advice to someone younger than you, what would you say?
Keep active, don't smoke, don't drink, and have fun, enjoy yourself.
Don't be a follower. Be an independent mind. Have your own judgment about things. Otherwise, you're going to become a robot. We used to, when we were young, make sure that we would write a beautiful letter with the right words, right style, etc. This cannot exist anymore because you only communicate via this thing, which I don't even give it a name. Tap, tap, tip, 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 tip. It's like a telegram. It's a monstrosity.
Relax.
Show me the same respect as you show to any other human.
Don't look at the critics because it'll throw you off your game. You stay true to your vision.
I could give you the standard crap.
Give me your crap, not the
My
standard.
crap is really, if you think of something, honestly, you could be dead tomorrow. So really, even at your age, you could be fucking dead tomorrow. No, I'm serious. Look out, the meteor. Just if you really want to do it, you really ought to do it.
I would probably encourage people to do what you are passionate about. Like you hear people say, I can't believe I'm being paid to do this. That would be wonderful.
Do something that challenges you for all the expectations that you might think you have and limits you might have. Try and see the world through other people's eyes.
We don't all have the same opportunities, and it's up to us to make sure that others have the same opportunities we do. Every day you got to grow, and every day you got to learn something. Yeah. You can't just lie in bed and eat cookies. You have to get up and get going. You don't know it all. For sure you don't know it all. So don't think you do.
And you never will.
Keep on learning. Learn from somebody every day. Don't take out more than you put in.
Probably try and do the best thing you can by yourself. And then when you know and love yourself, you can actually give a little bit more to other people.
Never do anything that might cause remorse, because remorse is something that you cannot repair.
Turn a cheek. If someone comes at you or yells at you or insults you, look the other way.
Don't worry about what people think. Don't worry about the feedback you're getting. I mean, take the feedback because that helps you refine what you're working on and it can be useful, but just stop worrying so much and just do something interesting and that's it.
Don't put off to tomorrow what you can do today.
Just be a good person. If you're a good person, somehow everything works out to be good. Bye, everybody.
drops it out. If you like this video, then you're definitely gonna like this video right here. And if you haven't already subscribed, please make sure to do so. Thank you for watching. I'm Will, and as always, it's a mindset.